Yo, what's up, fam? Welcome back to the show. I'm the host, Stump the Go Getter, and you guys are tapped into the Real Recognize Real podcast. Yes, indeed. I need all my new listeners out there to hit that like and subscribe button, and all my old listeners to just hit that like button, like I like it. For real, for real. But anyway, I hope all is well with everybody out there, new and old. I appreciate y'all tapping in, doing what y'all do, showing the love is highly appreciated. Now, today we're gonna chop it up about some of the double standards when it comes to accepting a package deal. When we say package deal, you know what I'm talking about. When you get with somebody and they have kids, and then vice versa, you have kids as well. Now, I know we always talk about usually the man when a man get with a woman, him accepting the package deal and this and that and all that and how that's cool. But today we're gonna flip it a little bit. I want to talk about men that be with women that don't fully accept their kids and they stay with them. Now, the crazy part about all this is that's actually more common than men getting with women and they don't accept their kids because personally, I just feel like when men, if you do it, it's automatically a no go for some reason, which it should be a no go on both sides. I believe in that. I came from a blended family, you know what I'm saying? And I'm actually raising one. So, I understand on both ends how important it is to be, if you're going to be in somebody's life, that you got to be 100% when you be there. If you're going to be around them kids, you got to be that mother or father figure that they don't have, or they do have, and you on the other end, you still got to play your part. But one thing I notice is that being a man and having lots of friends that they get in relationships, man, and they see that they have issues with their lady or whatever, and they don't have issues, but they lady have issues with their children, and they don't really address it in the correct way, which just causes a rift between them and their children. Now, I just trip out about that because, like I said before, when men do it, it's automatically a no-go. And that's just the truth. Fellas, y'all know, if you ever seen it or if you ever been in that situation, if you get into a situation with a lady and you don't step up and do what you're supposed to do, or you act shady in any form of fashion, like I said, which ain't good, but when that happens, your ass is out. And you should. That's the way it should be. But I know it's a lot of dudes that they know their woman is like that and they see the bullshit, but they don't ever check it. And I don't understand that. My main part that I don't get is why is it accepted? That's what I'm really tripping on because it should be if it's a no go on one end, it should be a no go on the other end, you know. But I guess at the end of the day, it's all about what you accept, you know. I think that men need to start stepping up to the plate more and putting their foot down, because that's not cool. But I know women, y'all could be slick in your own right, and just don't naturally come out and show these emotions, show these ways that you feel about this man's children. Because a lot of times, women, they tend to see the other woman in the kids. And I think that'd be the problem. I think men, when we get with somebody, we don't look at the kids. We don't see the other guy. We just see the children, and that's what makes it a lot easier for us to do what we got to do. But with women, I think their hard part is overlooking the children. Like every negative thing that child does, they see the other woman. And I think that's the problem with the situation. And it just goes to show it's a lot of counseling that needs to be done out there because the number one way to ruin a relationship is for someone to be treating your kids unfairly because at the end of the day, they shouldn't go nowhere and they should be first. You know what I'm saying? But I notice a lot of times that men, we go through a lot of different things, and not to say that the person that we had children with make things easier, but it's never okay to treat a child a certain way because of the way their mother is. And that's just what it is. I think sometimes, especially if you have girls or whatever, they look at them, they see the other mother, and then they tend to feel some kind of way, or it be like a competition thing where if you do something for your children, you got to either match that or go extra over and beyond with your other kids. And I think that that's crazy. I always believe in just keeping shit equal. I don't have a problem with saying no or yes to any of my kids, but I always vow to be even on every side of the board. And that's just the best way to do it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. But I'm not going to allow my emotions or how I feel about their other parent to get involved with our relationship. And that's just the way it is. I think that's what holds up the barrier a lot of times when it comes to women opening up to the other kids, because it's hard to get past the teaching of the other women. And like I said, the women that most of us be with, I know that could be a pain in the ass sometimes. You know, they most of the time they make it difficult to have that relationship, and that's what they do. They work hard to make sure they make things difficult with the person that you're with and the kids, so that will always be a bridge there. And men, if you're gonna be with somebody and you love them and you feel like this is who you're gonna be with, and you know you have this issue, then it's our job to work twice as hard to make sure we break that barrier down and do what we gotta do to set things right. Because at the end of the day, you can be with somebody and your kid's gonna be there, they're gonna be there. You gotta make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's that bad, then you don't need to be with them. You know, if they just being vengeful, then that's a no-go. You know, because like I said before, men, when you get out of pocket, please believe it, your ass is out the door if you do the wrong shit, which is, like I said, is totally acceptable. But us fellas, we got to start doing a better job of speaking up, because there's too many men that I know that practically have undercover relationships with their kids because of the person they with. You got to be a man and control your household. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it really boils down to. You got to be that man to be that barrier breaker, that bridge in between, to bring everybody together and say, hey, we a family, this is what we're going to do. And also put your foot down to your ex and let them know, you're not going to control my family through my kids. You're not going to control my household through my kids, because that's exactly what's going on. And yes, a lot of times you will lose good people if you allow that to happen, because a lot of men does that as well. And I think sometimes they get scared of that, and that's why they don't press the issue. So when they see different action, different ways that they make do, or they lady do and shit like that, they just be silent and try to handle it on their own, because they don't want no rift. But you're never gonna get the results you want without a rift. You know, that's why we have wars, because in order, sometimes you gotta fight to get to the other side. You know, that's just what it is. So, you know, like I said, we gotta do a better job at that and stop being silent. You know, step up to the plate and be a man and hold your house down and let it be known, because the worst thing you can do is ruin your relationship with anybody, but especially your children, because you've seen different things happening and you didn't say nothing. You didn't step up to the plate and you acknowledge it, and all you have to do was say something, do something about it, react. And most of the time, like I said, it's coming from the hate and the bullshit. It's coming from the other side, because I know a lot of women, they pump their kids up. Like, let's say you get your kids every weekend. They prep these kids to be problems sometimes for when they come to your house to disrupt shit on purpose. But if you allow that to happen, then that's what I'm saying. You got to step it the fuck up. You got to say something, because these things ain't going to go away. And sometimes us just being humans, women being humans, they just react, you know, because at some point they probably go through so much. It's like, damn, they get tired of being treated a certain way. So they do certain things. So like I said, it's not always out of spite, but at the end of the day, if you will keep allowing certain things to happen without saying anything, then that just creates a bigger problem. But either way it go, I think it's all wrong. You know what I mean? I think it's all wrong, and I'm not speaking for everybody when I say that, because like I said, I know a lot of women out there are spiteful. That's just how they're gonna be. Just like some men, that's just how they're gonna be. They look at the situation and they just come in with a mindset, and they feel like, look, I'm gonna treat mine like this and I'm gonna treat hers like that. That's just what it is. And like I said, I wasn't raised like that, so I don't believe that. But I also know that's why a lot of relationships don't work, because if you don't play a fair game, and if you step into a picture and you don't fully accept the kids, then you shouldn't be there, whether male or female. That's just the way it goes, because it's a waste of time. If you're not gonna be a plus to the situation, you're not gonna be beneficial, or, you know, because that's what we're here for. You know, we here when we get with somebody, we're here to be beneficial to them, you know, not just in finance, but just a help. You know, that's what it's really all about. And if you can't be that, then you just a wasted source, you know, because when a person have kids, it's bigger than just them. You know, you got way more to deal with. You still got to put your big boy pants on and handle the situation, you know. And if I didn't have a father like that, then I wouldn't be the man that I am today. So that's why I think it's a real issue. But it's just crazy how, you know, people in general deal with it, but mainly men, we suffer in silence, but not with just this, but with a lot of situations. But this is a major one because it ruins our relationships with our kids. And at the end of the day, we looking around saying why, and then they throwing this in their face, and then you don't understand it because you was too caught up in the feeling, in overlooking things and not saying nothing. And that's on both ends of the field. You let your kids do certain shit and you let your lady do certain shit, then it becomes an all-out war within your household, and you're stuck in the middle feeling like, what do I do next? You know what I'm saying? So to cancel that out, you got to handle your business and make sure as a man, you do what you need to do as far as your ex and your kids and who you got now and your kids. And that's just what it do, y'all. So for those that think any other way, good luck. But Thump is telling you today, you got to do it one way, and that's keep it all on a fair game level. You know what I'm saying? Always be honest, communicate, and keep it real. And that's all I got to say. Real talk. But I appreciate y'all tapping in as usual. You know, continue to listen, like, and support, and do what you do. And until next week, hey, I'm out, y'all.